Hello and welcome to another episode of Historic Hindsight. I'm John, that's Tom, and today we're talking about a president who probably would have gotten made fun of for his name if he went to elementary school when I did.
That's right, Johnny. It is Chester A. Arthur. Not to be confused with Chester B. Arthur, because I was thinking B. Arthur the whole time, but no, there's not.
No.
That's not a president.
Susan B. Anthony?
Maybe.
Are they all
I don't
related?
know. I have no idea. It's just, he's yet, Johnny, another unelected president, which should not be something we ever actually have to say. Not only is he an unelected president, Johnny, outside of the vice presidency, he's never been elected to fucking anything. Ever.
Oh, he's not even a career politician or anything. Just some guy who got selected to be president or vice president, and now he's oh god, my guy got shot, and now I have to do the thing.
Yeah, so he's a politician of sorts, but not elected. He's more he gets appointed. He suckles at the teat of power and uses it for his corruption in appointed positions to make himself, I'd say millions, but it's his yield in time, so I'm not entirely sure if he ever made $1 million, but equivalent of millions and millions. He is the definition of corrupt.
So he was continuously appointed by elected officials, though, right? Like that's that's what you're saying he did?
Yes.
So, okay. But he himself was never chosen by the people.
Outside of the vice presidency. But even then, like, nobody votes for the vice president. You just
Nobody's voting for a vice president. So you're either happy with what your candidate picked for vice president or not. Like, that's very, very rarely swaying anything. No. And if it is, you're in a pretty nice, fair election, and that must be great. That'd be nice.
Haven't had one of those in a minute. Yeah. Johnny, let's start where we start with every president. Slavery, and no, he doesn't. He doesn't ever own slaves. No. And his family never owned slaves.
Did he poo-poo?
Yeah, I mean, he.
Was he a thumbs down on
slavery
guy?
He's an abolitionist.
Maybe.
Yeah. So his family comes from Canada. So clearly, as Canadians, they're very much abolitionists. He's very much an abolitionist as well. As a lawyer, he's going to actually have a famous case where he defends Elizabeth Jennings against the Third Avenue Streetcar Company, where the company denies Elizabeth the ability to ride on the streetcar and throw her off. Oh. They first off, the driver says, "Oh no, we're packed," and she goes, "I clearly see seats." And he goes, "Oh no, but the rest of the patrons would be mad if I let a brown woman on," and they're all like, "No, we wouldn't." And he goes, "Bah, you're still not going to ride."
No, we're cool.
And so Chester A. Arthur, as a lawyer...
Well, okay. You know what, though? That's kind of a right to refuse. Like, we've made that legal now.
Yeah, we did. We're going back to that, aren't we? Yeah,
you have the right to refuse service to anybody.
So,
you can still do that. So, it will be frowned upon.
Yeah.
Like, you'll get TikTok boycotted.
Yeah, that will happen, yeah.
A bunch of people on TikTok will say they'll never visit your business that...
They probably never visited
3,000 miles away and whatever.
Hey, but that did shut down that that bakery up in, like, what was it, Fisher's or Avon? There's a bakery somewhere in Indiana that was like, we're not going to make a gay cake, and then they went out of business as such, and then it's been replaced.
It can be effective. Yeah,
and it's
ruined plenty of lives.
It's now been replaced with Uranus Fudge Company. Which it's hilarious because over in Richmond, Johnny, you're like...
Do you get it? Do you get it?
So, sidebar, over in Richmond, they have, like, these evangelical churches have these massive crosses all over the place. Like, there's one down in, like, Evansville, I think, or something like that. Well, there's one in Richmond, and that church went out of business, and it's now also a Uranus Fudge Company. So,
do they still have the big cross?
Yeah, the cross is still there. Yep. They didn't knock that down.
I mean, it's got to be expensive to get rid of that, right?
Yeah. Anyways, as a lawyer, he defends this woman successfully. Is the first one to start like desegregating the streetcars in New York City. So take that, Rosa Parks. You've got Elizabeth Jennings sitting in the back of the bus.
Hey, what the hell? Come on.
I'm just saying, like,
let's not do that. Like what? Just pit them against each other. Now it's a contest.
That's fine. Now, Johnny, into pre-politics, Chester was proud of his Irish descent and would join the Fenian Brotherhood. I think you should remember that name. We had a whole video on them before where they went up.
Fenian
raids.
Yeah,
they tried to. They tried to take over Canada. So this is before they tried to take over Canada. He's a part of that.
I thought we were going medieval with that. And it was not.
No. No, he joined that group before they did that, but still, that's where his mind is at.
Okay. Do you think maybe he planted the seeds for it?
He might have. Now, aside from being a Fenian, Chester was pre-politics. He was a teacher, an administrator, a lawyer, all that prior to politics.
Okay.
By the Civil War happening, he's going to enter, or let me rephrase that. The war is on the horizon. He gets into the military service, sort of.
Okay.
What he does is he gets an enlistment through a political connection because he thinks he can get his way into politics if he joins the military. In his political connection, via being appointed by a judge, is he's going to be the Judge Advocate General of New York Militia, which is basically setting them up for quartermasters, like the best way I can describe it. He's kind of controlling all the militia and making sure they get all the supplies that they need.
Oversees everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Now, when the Civil War kicks off,
I mean that's a necessary military. Not everybody fights.
No,
most people don't. You know what I mean?
Necessary military position. Now, when the Civil War kicks off, he's appointed as the Engineer-in-Chief of New York. Again, purely as a political favor to him. His duties are going to be organizing and supplying New York militias. And in the first year, he does that well, a little bit too well actually, because there are rumors of rampant corruption inside New York, which are found to be
New York.
Yeah, in New York.
Corruption?
Yeah, right? Crazy.
Politics?
What? And they're found to be true. Luckily for him,
things are so different now.
Yeah. Luckily for him, he escapes any blame in that because the investigation into his office takes place after he's replaced by Horatio Seymour when his position is lost due to political maneuvering and jockeying. Like, the dude that appointed him lost the election, and so he lost that position, which is good because, like...
Sure. And now he just gets away with the corruption, and nobody's looking at him anymore. He's gone.
He gets his first taste of machine politics through Tammany Hall, and machine politics are basically modern-day lobbyists, where I appoint a position to you, and then you give me political kickbacks, and you make money, and I put money in your pocket, and you do what I want. Yeah, he thrives. He thrives in this environment, massively politically corrupt.
He's a good little boy.
Yeah, quid pro quo. He loves it. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Yep. Yeah, all of it.
Why not?
He's going to team up with Conklin, who has Chester appointed as the chairman executive committee to New York City, where Chester is super, super, super corrupt. And he uses his platform in patronage to gain political favors and a shit ton of money. He turns that political appointment into chief legal counsel for New York City Tax Commission in 1869. And I can imagine, as the head of the Tax Commission, you can imagine what he's doing with that position, getting kickbacks and
running it legally.
Yeah,
and
to be fair,
morally.
To be fair, everything he does at the time is legal. Legal. It is 100. What he's doing is legal.
How many laws were made because of the shit he was doing, though? Were there?
Yeah, there you go. That might be a thing. Yeah,
that's a better indicator, I think, of how morally right it was.
Yeah, he's going to be forced to resign. By the way, he was getting $10,000 a year in salary, which is equivalent to about $250,000 in today's money. That's what his salary was for being a tax commissioner. Yeah. But that's not including the kickbacks that he was getting. He's going to have to resign when.
You know what? You give me $250,000. I don't need kickbacks.
I don't need kickbacks either. But that's worth.
I'll take the $250,000. I'll be perfectly fine with that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're different. We're different people there, buddy. Though that's from what these guys are.
We live very different lives.
I will do that job for 1 year and then open up the old musket shop and museum and then never work again.
Thanks, guys. This was great.
Now, when Tammany's Democrats win, he's forced to resign that position, but don't feel bad for old Chester because he's going to be appointed by Grant to be the collector of Port of New York, the largest port in the United States, the port that has the most traffic coming in and out of it. He's now the head of that.
How many people that are like, second, third, fourth down in line that have been in the port business since their grandfather's father came over? Like, how mad are they that some dude just
gets... Just a dude.
Hey, can you tell me about what ports are? What do you guys do here? Like, what?
Yeah. Just a dude. And keep in mind, this is still the era of tariffs, not Trump tariffs, but like when that was our tax, like the income tax is barely a thing at this point. So most of the federal government's revenue is coming from tariffs. So those all duties that have to be paid when the stuff comes into the port, which he could very clearly look away for, or double tax them, or whatever hell he wants to do. He also uses his position.
Or say, hey, you can pay 3% instead of 5%, but I'll take 1%.
Yeah, because as the largest port in the United States, it obviously employs hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people. And if you don't vote the way he wants you to vote, you don't have a job. So he is very corrupt at that, putting people in the positions of employment that will vote for his political powerhouses.
Seems only right that you would want your employees to be supportive of you.
Yep. Yeah.
And if not, punish them, or maybe make them starve, or
whatever. Now, as all these kickbacks start to roll in, he becomes a very, very, very wealthy man, and he likes to flaunt his wealth, where it is known that he loves to wear his high-tailored, expensive-ass suits. He is known to change suits 3 times a day, Johnny, because you can't be seen in the same outfit at dinner that you were wearing at lunch. That'd be catastrophic. We can't do that. So he will change his outfits 3 times a day in the highest, most expensive suits. Just flaunts his fashion. But it's even actually worse than that
because... he doesn't get killed in New York for that. That seems strange.
This is all unregulated. It's all technically legal. There are no unions. He's forcing these people to vote the way that they want, or you get shit canned. He's getting the financial.
He's not
kickbacks.
Forcing them to do anything. He's giving them an ultimatum.
Sure. Yeah, it's pretty. By today's standards, I guess it's just the kickoff or the start of our really, really like overtly obvious corrupt politics. Like, they've always existed, but at this point, the machine politics are just so blatantly apparent that we will have to make laws to stop some of this.
If you have the numbers, you don't have to hide it. Like, if you have a loud enough group of people, you don't have to hide what you're doing. Like, they'll cheer it on and they'll shut everybody else up.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know.
Well, yeah. Where am I at here in my notes? Oh, shit, I jumped way too down. Now this is making for riveting as Lieutenant Tommy tries to find where the fuck he is in his notes that just went skyrocketing. So at this time, all of his percentage of kickbacks, all the shit that he's doing, he's actually exceeding $50,000 per year in that's money. So this is over, it's about $2 million a year that this guy is actually getting in today's money in all of his kickbacks. So he is extremely, extremely wealthy. But again, all of it is technically legal. Unironically, Chester is going to side with the stalwarts during the Republican Party's internal feud. So at this time, there are 2 groups of Republicans. There are the stalwarts that want to keep things the same. They don't want change. They don't want to make waves in the political system. They like it the way it is, and they like how the system works. And then you have the guys who are
like, we've come far enough along. We're good here. Bang, stop it. No more progress. Mm-hmm. We've figured it out. We are sitting on a gold mine.
And then you have the half-breeds.
Perfect society.
Yeah. You have the half-breeds that are like...
what?
They're called the half-breeds. Half-breeds. They're the ones that want...
Who called them that?
They called themselves that, Johnny. I didn't call them that.
That seems
a little bad. No, yeah, just don't.
It's like Muggle type shit there.
Don't look too much. Don't look too much into that. Anyways, they want to change. They want to create political reform. This is Garfield. This is before he gets shot. This is what Garfield is. Although Garfield himself very much also benefited from machine politics. It happens.
Did the people who didn't benefit from it also happen to get through and get elected anywhere? No, of course.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Of course, the people who are elected benefited from the system. That's why they're there.
Now, enter Chester's first and only run at office, the vice presidency. So in 1880, the Republican National Convention, the stalwarts are fighting the reform wing, the half-breeds, and the man that they chose to unite the party aka Garfield, needs to appease the stalwarts and balance the ticket geographically. So they throw Chester's name into the wing because he's from New York. He'll get the New York vote, and he's also a stalwart that has a lot of clout in the stalwarts. So we can appease all sides by having him there. Yeah. But
who's Voldemort in this?
That would be Chester. Would be the best, yeah. Now, it's not so simple as that, though, Johnny, because you remember how I said that Chester's family is Canadian?
Oh, God.
There's actual legitimate...
That perked up some hairs on the back of my neck.
There's some question as to whether or not Chester was born in Vermont or Canada, and there are plenty that believe that he's born in Canada. Mm-hmm. And so this is the first challenge of somebody's birth and where they were to make them a president or not. Yeah, let's see the birth, and they can't produce a birth certificate.
Oh wait!
And so there's this massive.
We're 100 years,
yeah, but there's a massive
out from a birth certificate.
Yeah, there's a massive investigation to try to figure out and prove where he was and wasn't born, and basically neither side could prove where he was or wasn't born. So they're like, we'll just take it.
Yeah, because there really weren't birth certificates then.
No,
time, right? They weren't around yet. Nobody knew. Like it was just.
The best case you have a family Bible.
A lot of people probably didn't know. Like if they were traveling and gave birth, like they probably didn't even know. They're like, I don't know where.
Because a lot of his siblings.
Town.
Yeah, a lot of his siblings were born in Canada. So it historians nowadays say that they're pretty sure he was born in Vermont, but
That sounds like historians trying to make our history perfect.
So
instead of saying, well, we fucked up and let some Canadian run things for a little while after one of our guys got shot.
Yeah. So like everything in politics, it was, modern wasn't the first. Obama wasn't the first to be challenged on his birth. It goes all the way back to Chester. Now, he gets a nod. He gets in there. We do the whole thing. It's fine. Whatever. They appease the stalwarts. And all of that sounds kosher and above boards until one of us stalwarts shoots Garfield and shouts, "I'm a stalwart and Chester will be president." So that doesn't look great for Chester.
No, that's...
It is important to note, though, that when Garfield gets shot, he doesn't die right away. It takes him like a month or 2 or 3. Like it takes him most of the summer to actually perish away. And in that time,
it's always miserable.
Yeah, the 25th Amendment doesn't exist, so there's no way to get Garfield out of office unless he's dead. So even if he was unconscious in a coma, technically he's still the president. Yeah.
Until
25th Amendment doesn't until he's dead.
Until there's no more pulse.
At no point does Chester try to push the subject and get to be the president before Garfield dies. And when Garfield actually does die, Chester's in his home, takes the oath of office in his home, doesn't give a speech, and then refuses to move into the White House to give Garfield's wife time to move out, which is what he's. But it also, more importantly, he wants to renovate the entirety.
Sounds like he's a little scared.
Yeah, but he also wants to renovate the entirety of the White House. And then spends tens of thousands of dollars renovating the White House and ripping out their furniture and putting their furniture on 75 wagons. And so that also sounds familiar into what might be going on. And
also a little bit suspicious. A little suspicious here. Ooh, what are his ties to the guy who shot Chester? Because
it makes you wonder, right?
Oh, I'll patiently wait for him to die, and then I'll renovate everything.
And now, so enter President Arthur, finally, who, by the way, Garfield and his campaign ran protective tariffs and to stop immigration from Asia. None of that's great. Far cry from Lincoln's immigration policy when he let the Republicans into the White House. But it's fine. Anyways... and that's where we come full circle, Johnny, back to the race relations from the very beginning. Although opposed to the initial Chinese Exclusion Act, Chester Arthur signs it because he feels that it's just going to his veto would get vetoed in Congress. So I'll just expedite politics by signing the bill that I don't agree with anyways.
Skip some steps.
Yeah, I still would have vetoed that shit, so my name wasn't on it, but that's beside the point. Entering into the first...
Got a lot of pride there, Tommy. Sometimes you got to do what's best for the people.
keep in mind,
or
up
at least what
until
the people want, I guess.
Up until the Chinese Exclusion Act and the Immigration Acts of 1882, there is no, like, you move here, you say you want to be an American, that's it. Like, there's no immigration laws. Anybody is able to come in. Like, there's nothing. Now, you pair the Chinese Exclusion Act, which basically says if you're Chinese and aren't rich, you're not allowed into the country. So
Sure,
I had
great.
too many of them come over for the railroads. We don't want any more. We exclude them.
Okay. Right, the ones we brought over.
And then you have the Immigration Act of 1882, which basically taxes all immigrants 50 cents when they come into the country. So,
for like a toll.
Like a toll, yeah.
Like all of our ports, all of our entrances are tolls that cost 50 cents, which would be what? Probably $10, $15,
something like that. Yeah, today
$10,
something along those lines. Yeah. So to hell with give me your poor, you weak, you're tired. Unless they have 50 cents, then
no, we don't want them anymore.
They have to give us 50 cents,
and you're smart, and you're lively, and you're cocaine. We'll take that.
For the Native American population, he implements policies that break up tribal lands into smaller plots, tries to emphasize private ownership over Native collective ownership, and establishes the Indian schools that make them more American. And if you don't know how bad the Indian schools are, we got an episode on that. They are fucking atrocious. It actually makes the overt killing of them kind of gentle in comparison, I guess would be the best. Empathetic in comparison, yeah. They are also. He's also going to sign the Edmunds Act, which outlaws polygamy, which is solely written to go after the Church of, the Church of Latter-day Saints and Mormons. So fuck religious freedom. He's one of the first major laws against that.
Not yours.
Yeah. Not yours.
My freedom. My religion is free.
Which, ironically, we're a Christian nation. Well, which Christians? Because apparently it's not the Mormons, because they're going to get no, fuck them.
Not those.
Now, as president, he invests in the national budget surplus into the Navy, so he starts the whole trend of military-industrial complex. So we've got a budget surplus. Give it to the poor? No. Give it for health care?
Again,
no.
We didn't elect him. We're not elected and doing all this shit. Huh?
Unelected. And if all that, Johnny, wasn't bad enough, he knowingly is dying of liver disease the whole fucking time, called Bright's disease, and he still tries to go after the Republican presidency for a second term, but the Republicans are like, nah, we've had enough of you. You're not, I don't think you're a Republican. You're definitely not what Lincoln would do. You're not what Lincoln would do.
Holy shit.
And then after the president, Johnny, he returns.
Bonkers. Did the liver disease also make him insane?
It might have a little bit. After the presidency, he returns to his law firm very briefly, where his health is failing. He burns all of his personal documents and correspondence before he dies. That's not suspicious.
He's lost it.
Yeah, he's like.
I think he's lost it. I think he's insane. I think he's crazy at this point.
And then he's going to die on November 18th, 1886. So he was 2 years out of the White House before he passes away. So that's Chester Arthur.
All his shit.
Very, very much. There are parallels between his administration and certain more recent ones, in a lot of ways. Weird.
You'll have to elaborate. What do you mean?
Don't worry about that.
I don't see any obvious ones.
We're 20 presidents away from there, Johnny. Just don't worry about it.
That's it. Yeah, that's what do we have in next week?
It's Civil War. We'll do another Reconstruction episode. We got Patreon. Check out our Patreon. We got shorts. Johnny and I are going to get together at some point. We did go to a hockey game, the Columbus Sentinels. Watch them lose. Oh fuck, man! I didn't look up to see if they actually tied that game or not.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
I did not. I wanted.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for this week in Historic Hindsight. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review. Join our Patreon. It's not much. It's $5 or something like that.
You can do it for $1.
$1, I think you can do too, which is crazy. Join us. We'll do some stuff next week.